Hey, what's up guys? We're in Kensington Market. Saturday evening, just left the protest a little while ago. Had some supper down in Augusta Park, so I just want to show you that. Salamanca Delicatessen. And this is a pretty cool place down in Toronto to come and hang out. So we thought, why not do a little bit of filming while we're here. Nice Hawaiian shirts there, Rolling Stone shirt. It's very quirky and hippie-like down here. You get these little nice little bakeries and delicatessens, cheese shops, fresh fish, and usually it'd be a lot more busier than this on a Saturday afternoon in early summer in Toronto. I mean, there is a little bit of life going on, but nowhere near as much as you would normally see at this time of year. But we are having a little bit of a walk around. We're actually going to head back to Queen's Park because there is another protest going on down there. We got turfed out a little bit earlier than normal at the lockdown protest earlier because apparently BLM.
You know what? It's my son's birthday soon, so I was like, oh, maybe I can get him a cool T-shirt. Right?
Okay, well I am filming now, right?
Okay.
But so you went shot. This is Gracer. You remember Gracer, ladies and gentlemen, if you've been watching and staying tuned. And as I said, we are heading back to Queen's Park because there looks like there is something going on. There's helicopters flying around overhead, and there is 4,000 people there on a Black Lives Matter protest.
So I just walked into that store to look at the T-shirts, and I said, hey, how much is your Nirvana T-shirt? And they said, oh, $25. And they were both wearing masks, right? And I forgot I was wearing this T-shirt.
Oh, right. Hugs over.
And they looked at me and they said, oh, and I'm like, what? And I looked down, I'm like, oh, yeah. Hugs over masks. They're both fully, oh my God. And I'm in a T-shirt place. It was just so ironic. It was
that would have been a good moment on camera, actually.
You know?
It would, but there are some quirky places. Look, 90% off there. I'm just showing some of the businesses that are in and around Kensington. Now, you actually grew up just a stone's throw from here, didn't you, Gracer? Just in that direction.
I partly grew up because there's another T-shirt place.
Okay, we're looking at T-shirt places.
Can I ask them if I can exchange this T-shirt for one? Like, can I exchange this one for one you have?
Why not? Why not?
I bet you this one would sell.
Like at the end of a soccer game when they swap shirts. Look at these in their matching outfit.
I know.
There is a tower over there, ladies and gentlemen. This is how close to downtown we are. And our Kensington Market is a little bit of a...
no, this is one of those expensive stores.
Yeah, that's one of the expensive thrift stores.
No, yeah.
It's like, hey, we found this on the street, so that's worth $59.
We found this at Goodwill for $2.99.
Now, there's a couple of gentlemen. They look like they might suffer from erectile dysfunction. Especially flowery T-shirt and his pink shorts. He probably hasn't even pissed standing up yet. So I do like to provide a little bit of humorous comedy, and it also keeps the algorithm on it. At the expense of others. As long as we're laughing at others and not ourselves, that's the best thing. But some people do put themselves in line for ridicule sometimes. There's a little bit of a line-up going on here. What are they waiting for? That's true. So a little line up there at the Caribbean grocery store. You get some good food in there, especially the patties and the doubles.
LCBO bag.
Yeah, the LCBO. That's where we go. We might get some shenanigans. That's like we did last week.
Is it the same one?
Yes, we are. Now, Grace, tell the viewers, right? I know that they're not watching now, they're not here, but you've got to pretend that they are. Right. But tell them what happened last week outside the LCBO.
It just smelled like piss.
It did smell like piss, but in 5 minutes, what did we expect? A robbery?
It was a robbery.
A fight?
Yeah, it was some sort of attempted robbery right in front of us. Or wasn't he trying to go into the guy's pocket?
He was trying to go into the pocket.
Trying to go into his pocket.
And we did have our little adventure last week that we kind of nicknamed Almost Romantic because we were...
Almost Romantic.
And I was telling my viewers about this on Tuesday in my live show. And it was, that's essential right now. So now, essential, you know.
3 people at one time. Practice social distancing. No cash payments. We only accept debit, credit, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and cash. Who the fuck are you? I live down the street, asshole. It's not your fucking neighborhood. Don't bring the ghetto in me out.
And see, guys, we're already having adventures.
Yeah, don't. I could take him.
I think Pink Shorts could probably take him.
Probably.
But anyway, he had a little bit of or maybe he just got his first erection right then. And didn't know what to do. He got that close to a real live girl for the first time. I don't know how to process.
She's not an electric doll.
So look at it. We are in good company, guys. Oh my God. So there is the LCBO.
Oh, fuck that.
And look at the socialist lineup for liquor. But there is a beautiful, beautiful little shot, and that's kind of why I did want to do some recording here.
You know, I'll probably move fast if you want to grab. Yeah.
We can wait, and there is. We're looking at the nice downtown skyline. But this is it, Saturday night, folks. This is what you have to do. Come in line out for.
Stand in LCBO with your child.
Come and bring your kid down to the liquor store. Wait in line next to the homeless guys that smell of piss that may rob you, and then you might find some brave hipster beatnik with a bit of a Chuck Norris. He did think he was Chuck Norris. I mean, there was two guys and a girl. Like, he was outnumbered to begin with. Even if there was just a girl there, he would have been outnumbered.
Yeah, even if it was just me.
And what were you doing? Just like reading the sign, or did he
I don't know.
And he got upset by a t-shirt, but he didn't even have a mask on.
That's how dumbed down we've gotten.
That is how it's dumbed down.
We've got masks being worn, but hung on our ears underneath our chin.
I know, although not us.
Mask?
We're not wearing masks. But this is also a little bit of Chinatown. That's why you see some nice Chinese. Here we go. This is it. They all want tunias for a cup of coffee.
Yes.
Bro, just say it's for crack. Don't lie. Just say you need a 10-piece.
Yeah.
Fucking coffee, my ass.
That's what the fight was about.
It was what it was.
It was about that.
So anyway, we're gonna hang here a little bit while we can set up on this thing. Look, a little perch, and wait. So actually, when I first got to Toronto, I lived in this neighbourhood, although a block south of here, maybe 2 blocks south of here. So this used to be my stomping ground.
Okay, there were some people that came back from the protest there.
Where?
They had the signs, yeah.
Our protest or the...
No, the other one.
the scary one.
The scary protest.
We don't know if it's scary, but there is another protest at Queen's Park, so we're going to sort of go and head that way. Because
but do you know that you have to wear masks at that one?
Oh, you do?
Yeah, they actually specified it. Yeah, they said, well, they didn't say you have to, but they said all in masks.
That's interesting, because maybe that's because they've got people in the crowd that they don't want to be identified.
Maybe.
Like, in, like, undercover sort of police.
These girls probably came over there.
But that's what I wanted to show you. There's the helicopter up in the sky, look.
Yeah.
And that's been buzzing around a little bit like Goodfellas for the last few hours. So I'm guessing that's a news copter. And that's getting some footage of Queen's Park, which is kind of in that direction. But this is a very nice neighbourhood. We are downtown. We were just having a beautiful little... although the sun wasn't out then, we just went and had supper in Kensington Park. And the helicopter kind of... We were trying to get into some mischief or have an adventure, or maybe episode 2 of Almost Romantic. See, isn't Grace a fun sidekick? And I don't kind of get this much, like when I walk around on my own doing these videos, I get a little bit paranoid that I'm like talking to myself, and people are like, who's that fucking guy talking to himself? But you shouldn't worry about it. People walk around talking on microphones and stuff, but it's very good having like another person doing this, because adds to the conversation, and obviously not prettier scenery than me. Sorry, that was a little bit clickbait there. And look, we're drinking liquor on the street. We're not wearing masks. We're not social distancing. I
got the t-shirt on.
She has got the t-shirt. There it is. Hugs over masks. And technically, we are like breaking laws. We're strangers. We're not from the same household. We aren't 6 feet apart. There's no body fluids that have been transmitted or passed to each other as of yet, and this is almost romantic.
No, we shared a vape last week.
We did share a vape.
Yeah, we
that's
shared
true.
A vape, so you never know.
And you did use my bathroom.
That's true, which is dangerous
in
itself.
And it's even before COVID, my bathroom
was dangerous.
And that is because everywhere. I'm like a single guy. I don't really, have guests or visitors. But
Okay, my girlfriend just texted me asking me, "Are you all right?" I'm gonna respond and say, "No, the helicopter took me."
Yeah, tell her. Oh my God, it's all going down at Queen's Park.
Yeah, but I think I'm going to switch my T-shirt.
That might be an idea.
Like just flip it over, only because we're going to Queen's Park, not because I don't believe in the T-shirt.
No, I get you. We don't want any trouble, and there's like 4,000 people, and we just seen like this little dude that gave us a little bit of attitude. Told you to
fuck
get
him!
out
I wish
me.
he got closer.
I kind of did as well.
Yeah. I love that when people will say it and then they just keep walking. You know what I mean? Like you just keep walking.
That sun's getting very warm now.
Yeah,
my black leggings are starting to burn, and that's very strange because a while ago, when we were having our supper in the park, it was a little bit cold. You went to buy a coat.
Yeah,
we went. It was so cold that it's
I didn't want to cover up my T-shirt.
There's some nice smells of Chinatown. But again, this is very strange to see, although there are cars in a lineup outside the LCBO on a Saturday evening, summertime. Chinatown is one of those kind of places where it's always popping. There's always people, there's always something going on. But right now, it's kind of like what it's like on a holiday. You know, when you have the holiday Mondays?
Yes.
Where there are people out, but not many. The streetcars are empty. And we've also encountered a few people that almost looked terrified at us because we weren't wearing masks.
Yep.
And we did have a quest for about 40 minutes trying to find a bathroom. Nowhere will let you take a piss.
Yeah, that was fun.
All the bathrooms and restrooms in like the food courts and the malls are shut up. You can't go and use those.
And remember, phonetically isn't even spelled phonetically.
That was a little bit of a funny thing we come up with during our almost romantic. I might even title this almost romantic walkabout, just for shits and giggles. But there was some people there was a few groups of people in and around Dundas Square, and because we weren't wearing masks, they kind of looked as though we were about to stab them.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that was a weird walk.
Literally cringed. And there you go. That's a girl there, an Uber Eats or Skip the Dishes. It might be a boy. I'm not sure, but he's on his bike, just going through a big cloud of smoke. On his way to deliver your food. But it's okay, guys. He didn't touch, because they do contactless delivery now. He didn't touch your food.
They do contactless tracing too.
Contactless tracing. So the helicopter.
Contactless tracing. Are they following us, this damn helicopter?
No, I don't think it is us per se. But the lineup does look to be moving quite swiftly at the LCBO. I got to chug my Heineken.
Yeah.
You don't want to help me out, do you?
No.
Because your hibiscus wasn't nice.
It's I almost drank it, but
look,
it's
this.
kind of a floral thing.
It's got, those look like lilies or irises, orchids maybe, but hibiscus, and it tasted like ass apparently. I didn't get to try it.
Yeah, pretty much tasted like ass.
It pretty much tasted like ass.
Enjoy with summer soft cheese, chicken, and patios. What fucking patios?
Yeah, you're not allowed to have patios. They've removed chairs from tables. You can stand at a table, but you can't sit down at the table.
We are all poor, banished children of Eve, but thanks to Christ our Lord, He gave us a new mother. Black lives do matter. Our Lady of Cabejo. Asian lives do matter. Our Lady of Akita. European lives do matter. Our Lady of Fatima. South American lives do matter. Lady of Guadalupe. The Blessed Virgin is a mother to us all.
Well,
Okay.
there's some words of wisdom
I'm
via
gonna
Twitter.
hit like on that.
Yeah, like it. Give it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
No, why don't you use the care emoji? Pretend you care about it.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's the emoji that's hugging the heart.
Oh God, I've never even.
So you love it, but then there's a new emoji called
wow.
care. There's something also that's very popular, I've noticed, like kids on these scooters.
Scooters.
Yeah, look there. There's like
scooters. Yeah. That's probably a delivery.
yeah, they probably went and picked up some else because I think the LCBO will deliver.
Yeah, but you have to pay a certain amount or something.
You do.
Yeah, you can't just like be like, oh, I want a couple of beers and they deliver it.
Yeah, it's like $25 and there's probably
Yeah.
delivery fee. That sun is warm because we're in direct sunlight right now. I wonder if that's doing anything to the camera. Sorry, there is a burp. That is part of the Heineken effect. And there are some birds fleeing from the protest at Queen's Park. The helicopter's over there now, which means it looks like they possibly have moved away from Queen's Park. See if you can find any live tweets or updates on the protest.
How? I don't follow any of that.
I know, but sometimes like just searching for things.
Okay. Well, I can see how much they tried to make us look like idiots.
No, I mean on this protest where they're going now.
Oh.
Like everyone, like the mainstream were there. The mainstream media turned up to see the BLM, the Black Lives Matter protest. But there's a helicopter. It looks quite close to us now.
Yeah.
There's definitely something going on to warrant that keep buzzing around and around.
Follow
and
the
around.
helicopter.
Follow the money, follow the helicopter. It's still chugging the. God, tall boys are kind of hard to get through.
Okay, there's something going on now. It's called the shot challenge. Oh God.
What does the shot challenge comply of?
Let's see. Hold on.
You know what? Let me put you on pause for a little while. We'll start again in a minute. Okay, we're going to head off. We got our beer. So you got told you had to follow the arrows.
I follow the arrows on the floor, take the long way around, walk by two people when I had a direct, unimpeded path to what I wanted.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But the cashier, he knew the truth.
Yeah, and this is it. Some of these guys are just doing their jobs, and as unfortunate as it is.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't have to tell people to follow the arrows.
No.
To just do your job, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't care enough about some jobs that I've had to want to tell people to follow the arrows. And as I said, what does the virus only spread in one direction?
It really does.
Yeah, that's right. We can leave those there because there's going to be a homeless guy
will...
in like about 2 seconds is going to come by and grab them. So the helicopter is still chirping around in the sky. And I think this is some kind of Buddhist or Chinese Christian center perhaps. And we are kind of in and around downtown, in the heart of Chinatown now, or the back streets of China. Yeah, break one out. Anarchy, right? We're already lawbreakers.
Just do it, Bob.
This is the apocalypse, man. So yeah, there's an interesting building there. Not sure what it is exactly, but there are some interesting little places in and around Chinatown. What does the sign say?
They're closed. The Shupong group.
Shupong.
Oh, Shupong.
I don't know. Sounds cool though.
Yeah.
Sounds like maybe table tennis, but instead of bats, shoes. They use a shoe or a flip-flop.
I used to love walking down these little streets when I lived
They are. This is why I kind of like doing walkabouts in these areas, because like even if you were a tourist and you come to Toronto.
And then Carl by himself wearing his mask.
Yep. Well, it's a good thing.
Good slave.
Yeah. Good slave. Good slave.
And this is a good thing because we've got some smart guys with me as my can't say co-workers, co-walkers.
Co-walkers.
Co-walkers. And we can make some social observations as we go.
Yeah.
Is that a butterfly? Oh no, it's an acorn leaf. She was looking at us a little bit funnily. Like we should be here. Huron Street, so the little paint shop, like I'm surprised how that stays in business. Like it's not anywhere. There's
undercover for some.
It probably is undercover. And this is.
It's a variety store.
Do they have a basement?
This is Chinatown.
Yeah, you're right. Well, look at the people sitting out there and reading.
Yeah, they probably live above.
Oh, right.
It's like rental properties. There's quite a lot of little room rentals and things around here.
There's a old bus in the back. Someone probably lives in it.
Quite possibly. Maybe it is a little paint cafe. Tea, juice, water. It's a cafe.
It's a variety store, right? No?
It's paint cafe. They sell paint and tea. That is an interesting combo. Maybe if you wanted to flatten the curve
I'm surprised there aren't more people sitting outside.
Well, there's that kind of weirdness that it's warm now. Yeah, there is the virus.
Yeah.
Probably spread through the wind.
They're afraid of the outdoors.
Exactly. You know, you can't guarantee that maybe a neighbor doesn't fart and somehow that fart toxins kind of finds it across the balcony into your lungs, and before you know it, you've got COVID.
Yeah. But don't worry, you won't die from it.
Yeah. You want,
Look at the numbers, you probably won't die from it.
I know you might not even have any symptoms, but still have it.
But you could still be a dangerous carrier.
You can
Remember
be.
that.
We're all dangerous.
We are being very selfish.
We are.
Yeah,
we are. We've already been abused by the
Oh, I've been called selfish.
the erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
Boy, oh look, there's a squirrel running up the tree. We should probably just refer to them as EDs.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
If we see any more EDs, we'll give that. We'll use that as a reference word. Yeah. But this is a little bit of, as I said, just a walk around on a Sunday, nice sunny Saturday evening, and we are actually law breaking right now.
Yeah, we are.
This is right now. There's a paedophile banker rogering a 6-year-old boy till his asshole bleeds, getting away with it. But we could be dragged off. Right now, there's a nice bit of trasher. Now, something you guys don't know about.
At any given time, we're probably breaking anybody's house.
We are. But look at that, nice chest of drawers. If anybody wanted that, that would be quite a nice acquisition for the house. And that is a very prime piece of trash.
Yeah,
actually,
you don't make it like that anymore. Yeah.
That does look in. I mean, I actually do need that. I mean, there's no way in the world that I'm carrying that home on my own.
Let's carry it to the protest.
I wonder if that is that newspaper.
Look at that. Military.
Masonic Hall.
Masonic Hall.
What the fuck?
Those is that news? Like
Finance of the Township of Monroe.
Wow.
I didn't expect that.
Well,
No.
let's see what there's. Oh my God, are they all the same?
I think
Yeah,
they are. Okay, I thought for a minute then that they might be like newspapers, old
Yeah,
newspapers.
no, they're not.
What's this place? Beverly Street.
It's a school.
It's a school, but not anymore. It's soon to be
We're not allowed to have schools anymore.
no, it's soon to be a preteen correctional facility.
Yeah. Subway Academy.
Indoctrination center.
Yes.
Well, schools are a little bit of an
I
indoctrination,
think it's like a alternative school.
or maybe the short bus school.
Maybe that's kind of what they said alternative.
Yeah, that's what they call short
Where
buses
they
now.
crush free will.
The alternative bus. But these are some pretty cool little rooftop patios. There are a lot of those in Toronto, actually. Oh, there's a car coming.
We're walking on the road. Look at
We
that.
are.
We're just invisible
We
now,
don't
aren't we?
care. But that's an interesting building as well.
That's a church.
It was, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's like rentals. Let's go and read the sign. There's a sign. It's a historic building, I'm thinking. George Brown.
George Brown. This is the George Brown house.
It is.
Yeah. The father of Confederation and champion of the anti-slavery movement. There you go.
The George Brown. And this is, did he live here, or was this like the college? So, yeah, well, people can pause if they want and read it. But people do that. That's actually a thing. That's a thing.
I know.
Hey guys, pause now if you want to read. But there's some more of, and that's what I'm saying. We've got some of these little quirky buildings, and then just over there is the financial hub of Toronto. See, and already we're in the shade. That's feeling a bit cold. And there's another church here. Is the car going? Oh, he's letting us go. Thank you. Welcome to your worship service. The Chinese Presbyterian Church of Toronto. You know, just if I will scoot around now, I'm not off of the road, you can see there is the CN Tower poking up in the background. Look at these wonderful sights of downtown Toronto on a sunny Saturday evening where the three of us are going to try and get into some shenanigans. Oh my God, now there's sirens, guys. The helicopters stopped, the sirens.
No, but they're over there.
Yeah, but they got to come from somewhere.
I think they would be closer to them.
I mean, yeah, but maybe this is the backup. Maybe this is the backup. So this is some little back streets here in Toronto, and there's like a little basketball court. Is that a car lot? And a couple of little businesses. Wassing, the seafood restaurant, got a little line up there. Oh, I thought, the way I was looking at it, it looked like there was something hanging off the side of the tower, but it's a crane. There's a disco ball up there flashing. That's what I called out of the corner of my eye. So this is another little area that you probably wouldn't see if you were a tourist to Toronto. This is off the sort of main streets of Chinatown, down the back alleys, sort of, so to speak.
Oh, that's cool. Well, they're probably not open now.
What is it?
Happy hour.
Private dining.
Bodega.
So yeah, that looks like it's a house, but it's actually a little front. And some of these restaurants down here are like kind of
So different.
Yeah, you get a lot of things down here, but they're very kind of chic and like sort of.
Bodega restaurant. Oh.
That can't be all of it. Oh no, those are houses, right? I thought that all went all the way down.
I like all these little secret places.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of these little places are hidden gems. There we are. There's your socialist propaganda.
Exactly.
They talk about a new world order, but really they want to go back to the old world order of serfdom.
Yeah, the old new.
Yeah.
New old is the new.
Well, you know, they like everything backwards. So.
Up until 1776, it was pretty much slavery for thousands of years.
It's true.
Most of it.
Yeah, I mean, slavery didn't really get abolished.
Freedom
It just got.
is a rare gem.
It is. I wonder how all-you-can-eat buffets are working through this.
They're not.
How would you work on? That would be a good takeout for Uber. So once you finish,
my God.
just keep going. Yeah, I need more. Okay, we'll send another guy.
Hey, there's an idea.
Yeah, maybe. So I can't hear any kind of more sirens or sounds of like destruction as we get closer to Toronto. These
sound of destruction.
Well, sometimes
maybe someone had a heart attack. Maybe there's something else going on in the world.
I doubt it. And even if there is, it's all COVID. So this is student
somehow COVID
dormitory.
Yeah. So if anything, people should be glad that it's here, right?
Yeah.
Everyone stopped dying of anything else.
Yeah.
There's another one of those little restaurants you probably wouldn't ever get to beat or go to. But this here is that's where students live. These are residents for the university people. And I think we're going to come out on university in a minute, aren't we? Possibly. I need the sun now. It's got cold again. It's very strange that when you're in the sun, it's almost too hot. Let's hope.
I don't feel like it's too hot. I think that's just you. And your English bones.
Well, it's more the dark colours. It's like when you're in the sun and you're wearing clothes, it's too hot. But when you're in the shade and you're wearing clothes, it's too cold. It's kind of big difference than last week.
You need to start carrying a windbreaker.
I know. I did actually have
Put it in your bag. And when you get cold, you can unfold it, put it on, and then when you hit the sun, take it off, roll it, put it in your bag.
Okay, Mom.
Just doing that.
Wear a raincoat.
And make sure you're wearing clean underwear. There's a little bit of street art for you there. Look, and some quirky little buildings. They almost look like some of the houses in Amsterdam, just without the hookers in the window. There's some tags and graffiti. And that was something we noticed down by Kensington, what looked to be some communication and messages taped on the walls and on the windows. In a lot of places we've noticed, not all of them.
Like it's all means something, even that means
Yeah, like little things like this. But we did notice downtown that some buildings, oh look, could that be a sign? What's inside there?
That's what they spot.
Huh?
Yeah, that's how they communicate. And they follow it.
Yeah.
They have to change their locations so they can stay in spot, right? They come up on the trains and everything, and then they follow because they have to constantly change. Somebody broke that. A bunch of people there's probably people sleeping in there now. Why don't you have it a go? Go get it.
Go and get it. Well, it might be a, but
Give
yeah.
it a try. Get some actual footage.
But I
Some
thought
people
maybe
sleeping and squatting.
it would. Yeah, that would be good actually.
Yeah.
Don't come out in 20 minutes, we'll go for
Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, no, well, usually, like, I bring my other bag, and my other bag does have some, like, weapons that might help me in certain situations. But today I brought my camera bag, which doesn't have weapons. I could. Did you know what? The selfie stick could be quite... I've actually got a weaponized selfie stick.
It could be the stick.
And I carry it because if anyone asks, it's a selfie stick. But it's like a telescopic baton that when you can give it the thing and it comes out and you've got and it's titanium. So you could crack a skull. There's a nice computer chair there.
I saw a green umbrella like that. It's like, so it's a weapon.
Yeah, but it's not a weapon. It's an umbrella, right?
It's a very strong umbrella.
And that's why I've got my very strong selfie stick. And this is a little unkept parquet. I'm pretty sure if we went round here, there you go, there's a homeless guy shouting. I was going to say, we could probably have the equivalent of an Easter egg hunt and see who could find the most broken crack pipes and used needles. Almost certain, without looking, we could find one. So this is why it's nice to have it's like a real comedy show with the laughter tracking put on there. But yeah, we probably could have quite a good... Hello, doggy. Yeah, we could probably have a crack pipe hunt. I used to work in Cabbage Town, and every time I went out to throw garbage in from the kitchen into the dumpster, there was a different crackhead smoking a pipe behind it, and I could guarantee at least 3 poopies a day would be left behind. So this is fun and games, but there are lots of these little what they call parquettes in around Toronto, and there are a couple of girls there trying to have a summertime snack on them. That's nice. At least they're not like the other people in the neighborhood. They've come out, got a little bit of fresh air, some sunshine, seen some different... obviously they can't wear masks and eat.
You know what? They will find a way.
They will find a way.
Don't worry, there will be a way.
They will find a way.
Like the make-out mask?
The make-out mask.
Yeah.
If they do come out with make-out masks, would you be willing to demonstrate it?
It's over.
It's
No.
over. What do you mean it's over? It never begun. This is only almost dramatic.
You ever seen Pac-Man mask? It's got like a little Pac-Man opening.
Oh, I have seen that, yes.
Oh, so here we are. This is Mount Sinai Hospital. We're at the back of a hospital here. Yeah. So look, what does this say? Oh, the door's open. Oh, I thought that opened for us. I wanted to read what that was saying on the door. But the door opened. I don't know.
Maybe he worked.
Yeah, but I thought the door was open for me. I didn't see him. I was like, what the fuck?
You're not that special.
No, I know. That's a cool building. And as a 13-year-old, I'd have loved to have played in that park over the street. Look at that. That looks wicked with that tree. I know we can't. Some of the street signs. So this is Princess Margaret Hospital. So by all accounts, there should be a lineup of ambulances. And as you can see, there were more people at the LCBO waiting for liquor than there are waiting to go into the Princess Margaret Hospital, which is just here in front of us. This is the back entrance. Across the street is Toronto General Hospital. There's a TTC, Toronto Transit Commission Ord substation. I think I can hear some noise. I don't know if I'm pretending I am or if I really am. There again is a tower in the distance. Princess Margaret's Hospital. Oh, quick, mind all the victims. Make room, look, there's a line-up of people waiting to get in the hospital. We don't want to bump into them. Excuse me, sir.
That's true.
How long have you had COVID? Oh, look, there's one of the dead ones.
Sorry, can I get by?
Yeah. Well, watch your step there. There's another dead one, and looks like there's a couple of nurses jumping out the windows as well. They didn't get a mask. They had to share the one mask, and even though they turned it inside out, it didn't really help. We shouldn't really joke, but if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. So that is the General Hospital in front. I actually worked in there a little while ago in the food court at a Hero Burger. Not the worst job I've ever had, but not far off. And actually, when I was locked up in incarceration, something I did to keep myself a little bit sane was, what jobs have I had that have been worse than this? And surprisingly, there was at least 7 jobs that I've had that have been worse than prison. And that was when I was in solitary confinement. Then you've really got nothing else to do. But even in that dire situation, I still managed to find that it was better than 7 of the jobs I have had. So it doesn't look as though there is anything going off, although the helicopter has stopped buzzing. So maybe a little bit of a disappointing climax to this walk. We were hoping we were going to come here and maybe see like burning police cars, explosions, gunshots, but nothing.
Maybe it was just a peaceful protest.
I'm kind of guessing it was, but there was like that little, and we were all saying earlier, there's like a strange atmosphere in the air.
There was also a little bit of hype to it, right? Like, I think even the police were a little bit.
Yeah, because there was a lot of.
Yeah, they were spooked.
Yeah, they were a little bit, not off, with us, but they were a bit off in that they wanted us to leave, so we didn't mix up with the other. But I'm sure it would have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, the helicopter was probably just getting the news.
You never know with these people. That's the thing.
Which people? These people?
The
The protesters?
the communists.
Yeah.
So pretty much where we were earlier, and much quieter scenes than it was this afternoon. I don't know, guys. That's kind of upset me now. I did want to see some action, but never mind. It's
we went to Dundas Square. There was nothing there.
Yeah, nothing was going on in Dundas. I don't know what kind of happened at the end of the protest. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Can you feel rain, or was that just me? No, I felt like drips on my arm. So where should we head now? Oh look, they've got the road closed off though.
What?
Okay, something might be going off. The road is closed off. There's a police car.
Well, they said they were marching.
Maybe that's what.
They were doing a march.
Maybe, and look, it looks as though they're stopping something. So should we go and sit on the steps in the middle of the road, or should we go and get into the sun?
Why don't we just walk straight
I can hear
down
like
here?
cars beeping. It doesn't look as though there's a few people kind of waiting at Queen's Park, like people might be coming back.
Really?
And what do you think? I don't know. I mean, okay, we've got no seconds to cross the road. So
Mission fail.
yeah, I'm kind of curious about why the cop cars stopped the road. I can't see or hear the helicopter anymore. Interesting.
I couldn't find anything online.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Seems very quiet, even though you spoke to the guys at the police station. They said there was like 4,000 people marching down. They were almost like, the way they were acting, it was like...
That's what I said. I think there was just a lot of hype.
Must have been. But there was a sort of tension or edginess in the air. You could kind of feel or sense. See if you can find out why they've stopped the road. Should we wait and see if anything happens? The lady is redirecting traffic. They don't want anyone coming down. It looks like the road's been blocked off ahead. Oh my God, look, it's gold. Someone's left hand sanitizer. We could probably sell that. Right now, look, someone's reckless. Maybe they saw the light. Let me see, is it hand sanitizer? That actually looks like they've stolen it from the... Yeah, that looks like hospital hand sanitizer. But maybe they saw the light and like, now.
They were doing a nice thing.
But this road here is definitely closed off. I've got a feeling somebody's going to come and march down here very soon. Oh wait, those cars are coming down. But look at the end, like you can see there's a guy in a yellow jacket and a car across the blocking the street off. How long is it going to be before they start making the statues social distance?
Oh, we should put masks on those motherfuckers. They're really close.
They are. Get a tape measure. See, look at these two girls. They've got their masks on, but they're walking arm in arm.
Yeah.
It's okay. The mask will save us.
Supporting each other through this frightening.
Maybe they both got it and they want to go and get some some paint and tea from the Paint and Tea Cafe.
What? Let's go shop at Winners. That's not scary. They were probably look at these crazy white people with no masks. The Mars building. We have seen this before. The Mars Center, actually.
Oh, is it the Mars Center? Well, aren't you just a question to... aren't you an answer to a question nobody asked? Not a question.
Like COVID.
It is a little bit like COVID.
And the lockdown.
Yeah, oh look, the moon's out. I don't know if you can see that up there, but the moon, probably not, has come out early this spring night. But it definitely looks like this road has been cordoned off for some purpose. And maybe that's why it's so quiet right now, is because they're off at a march. But it definitely looks like the road is, that's what I told you. Look, they're going to come down there. Oh, I've still got to get cigarettes. Look out for a shop that sells cigarettes.
We should have gone to that little one.
Oh yeah, the tea and paint. But I was frightened. I don't know. Tea and paint might be a code for a sadomasochistic gay boy gangbangs or something, I don't know. Anyway, should we sit down here and wait and see if anything's happening? Because they don't close off roads for nothing, is what I'm thinking.
I don't really think anything's happening. I think they're trying to stop people from going to the cop shop.
No, I think people are going to march down here and then march down there back to Queen's Park. That's my guessing. Because that road's
might as well keep going. If they're coming this way, then we'll run into them. If that's
what I'm thinking. They're coming from this direction.
Yeah,
think so?
Because this is closed off here, and this little section has been closed off, right? Because look, there's a cruiser there.
Ask the cop. Maybe he'll tell you.
I don't know. He doesn't look friendly. He's got gloves on.
Oh, and a mask.
Has he got a mask? Or maybe they walked this way.
Or maybe just go.
Can you hear voices? I don't know. But it looks as though... And there's another police car here. That GMC truck looks like it might be asking for directions or undercover. There's another police car there, you see. There's 2 police cruisers. Okay, they're laughing. And okay, they're like an old... I know, and I was trying to see who was in the truck. It's old people. I just wanted to see if maybe they were like plainclothes guys.
Like they turned them around.
And that's why I think there's got to be something going on around here.
Well, that guy's talking to the cop.
Well, otherwise we're going to end up back at Dundas Square, and we know that there's nothing going on there. It's an interesting outfit. So I don't know.
Like there might be more something happening.
There sounds as like there's a little bit of like activity this way. Oh shit! There's a police car there, and we're.
That's okay. We jaywalked across the street to the police station to ask if I could use their.
And there's police at the end of the street there. That does sound like I can hear drums or something.
Yeah.
Alright, so we knew something was going on. And whatever it is either getting closer or we're getting closer.
Okay, I think that's just drums.
Yeah, because they get those, like the busker guys and that, they stand outside the Eden Centre. Ask him politely. And there's also more bike cops up here that have... Oh, we're far too far away from the chip shop and their nice bathroom.
Oh no.
That's like the only bathroom in town.
It really is. We need to post that.
The only bathroom in town, Freshco. Here, mine's the lady's trying to get by.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
No, I'm just saying I'm sorry I don't have my t-shirt because they throw my son over the balcony too.
What?
They threw your...
Yeah.
What happened?
What?
They throw my son over the balcony.
When? Who did? The
Huh?
police? Police?
Police did it.
Recently?
No, this one happened around 7 years ago.
Okay.
And they cover it up on.
Are you here? There's a protest going on for that today, right? That's what we're trying to find.
That's why I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, we can't find
I
it.
want to voice my...
Is that it there?
It seems like they're at the police headquarters now.
Okay, that's
did
why they
bring
were
it
out of the
there.
police. See, I
So
told you
were
guys.
Right. You were
There's
right
no
once
reason
today.
at all they killed my
What do you mean once
Wow.
right today?
She
So
just said they killed her son.
I know. I'm like I'm kind of trying to comprehend that right
I don't
now.
know what
But yeah, there is definitely. So here we
they
go.
threw him off a balcony too.
That's a similar story to what happened just here recently. So
Well, in Toronto, 100 High Park Avenue, and people don't seem to know about it. I don't know why.
I know.
But see, I told you that guy said that on here, the cousin of the girl said that they stopped CP24 from coming. They didn't want any news coverage. So I don't know. Maybe that's why people didn't hear about it.
Quite possibly.
So maybe we are connecting the dots, and I don't know.
See, we're like Scooby-Doo,
You know?
just without the dog in the truck.
Yeah.
Got away with it too. It wasn't for us kids.
They would. See, it's always the geeks and the nerds if they end up.
Hey, I'm not.
Weaponized awesomeness.
You are by association. You're hanging with geeks and nerds.
You guys are lucky to have me.
So I'm almost thinking maybe I should like stop and do a live stream.
Okay, so we found it. All right.
I probably should do that. That seems most likely.
Oh, they did. Remember what he
Yeah, you know what? Okay, guys, I'm going to stop this video now. I'll put a little intro or intro on it later. Thanks for watching. Ship Video Productions, TSP TV. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's TSP TV. We're out on a walkabout. I'm actually down in the east side of the city on Kingston Road and Main Street. Sorry, I don't know if you can kind of catch down in the distance. Probably not. You might be able to make out some of the skyscrapers, maybe not, in the distance from downtown. So there we are, Main Street Psychological Centre. I just come back from hanging out with some friends. and we're just on a little bit of a walkabout in this part of the neighbourhood because I don't ever come to the east of the city, so it's a little bit of a treat for me and a little bit of a change of scenery for my walkabout. So there's the main street psychological centre, a couple of young girls across the street, some apartments or condos, rental building just there, look, showing around. A little bit of grey skies today, was a little bit sunnier this afternoon. It is Sunday at the moment, time of filming. As you can see, we do got all the trees and leaves. Spring is in full bloom. Another reason to do this little walkabout, get some exercise and some fresh air. So how are you doing? Anyway, so there you go, passerby. Sometimes the people do look at you a bit strange when they see you talking into a camera and walking. But anyway, we are going to be doing a little bit of a walk-in, but we're not going to be doing a complete walkabout. Now, depending on how many people are on the streetcar, we are going to get on the 506 Carlton streetcar, which is going to take me pretty much all the way home. Look at that nice fucking caddy over there. That's old school. Is it a Cadillac? I think so. Yes, it is. I don't see many of those. It's when Cadillacs look like Cadillacs. Look at that, man. That's old school as fuck. 5.7 litre V8. That's a bit of a beast of a mobile. But anyway, we are going to be walking up here a little bit to the streetcar stop. And I'm trying to keep the camera as steady as I can. Unfortunately, my little rig isn't as good as it possibly could be. And I don't know if I've over-tightened my clasp that holds my camera onto my stick too much, because it seems a little bit loose. So I'm kind of going across the street again because there's a nice church up ahead we want to get a look at, to Lyle. And I am trying to avoid people. I still get a little bit self-conscious, especially in like neighbourhoods I don't normally come from. So there's another little bit of a condo building. That's what I wanted to show you. The church there, the Callaway Baptist Church. So hopefully, as I said, this isn't too wobbly, and I'm not sure at all how it's going to work on the streetcar, but hopefully it'll be a little bit smooth. We're going to have a streetcar ride all the way back home. And the reason being is we go literally from almost the far side of the east of the city all the way to the far side of the west of the city. It's pretty much one side to the other. And I actually did this ride the other day, and it was very, very enjoyable actually. Like a little mini vacation, I guess, to come east of the city. And if you live in Toronto, you'll know that Yonge Street is kind of like the divider. Anything west of Yonge Street is west, and anything east of Yonge Street is east. And maybe if you live in the east side of the city, it's very unlikely that you will be heading down to the west side. So there is the church, look, Cavalry Baptist Church here, Main Street, the east side of the city. Looks like there's a lot of pine cones down there, or maybe a horse just took a big shit. I could have got that bus actually to the streetcar stop, but I decided to walk. And here we go, look, there is the church. Very, very nice looking building. And there are the pine cones that I was talking about. I was almost going to pick one up and take it home, but no, I got pine cones in my neighbourhood, and some more little kind of, well, it's a care home actually, old people's, I guess. So there are a couple of ladies there, so we will again try and cross the road. Or they will, if they keep walking, we'll keep walking. I'll just do, as I say, get a little paranoid doing these sometimes. Some nice buildings in and around here. Hear birds chirping. Oh, they look all right. They're just having a little chat. I think there's sign language in. Yes, they are. Well, at least they've got masks, gloves, not social distancing. Bless them. Hello. Alrighty, so yeah, the streetcar stop actually isn't that far away. Although I'm not sure how long it's going to take for the streetcar to arrive. There is somebody, is that someone on a bike waiting there? I was trying to make out if someone was at the stop. Not this stop, is a little bit further ahead of me, but as I said, we'll be at the streetcar stop very, very soon. Hopefully we don't miss the streetcar, and once we're on there, that should take me pretty much all the way home back to Roncenvale. So pretty much at the end of the line in some respects, but not entirely. There are a few stops in between either side, this side and that side, that I mean, it isn't station to station, but it is pretty much the entire journey of the 506 streetcar. The route, that was the word I was looking for, not journey. So here's an alternative school, the Beaches, and that is the neighborhood, or the area that we are in is known as the Beaches. I think if we headed south, we're heading north right now, but if we headed south behind me, we would eventually get down to the lake shore and some of the beach areas, like Sugar Beach, Cherry Beach, I believe. Yeah, Toronto does have a beach scene and some beach communities. Just only 3 months or 4 months of the year, if you're lucky, where you get weather warm enough to appreciate it. A lot of people outside of Toronto probably wouldn't even contemplate the thought that maybe Toronto, Canada has beaches and an island. We do want to get out on the island at some point, because it's a really cool place. I love going to the island. It's the shortest amount of distance you can travel for the least amount of money to get as far away from the city as you can. Yeah, so hopefully they might open it up, but due to all this social distancing and COVID bullshit, who knows if or not we'll ever be able to get to the island again. Now there's a little library up ahead, and I'm actually going to probably try and mix or edit this video with a walkabout I did yesterday, although you'd have probably already watched that part of the video had I done that, which hopefully I have to do that now, because this will make this part of the video a little bit redundant. But little parkettes, although I'm not sure if that's a parkette or part of the ground of this Main Street branch. I'm not sure what that is exactly. Mainstream branch of what? Oh, it's a library. Sorry, that's why. So yeah, maybe it is a little parkette outside the outside the library here. We can come and sit. It looks like a little chess table over there. But we did see a little parkette yesterday when we were out and about in and around Chinatown, that you may remember. We were, if you did watch this video, which hopefully I have edited together as I promised at this point of filming. Or if not, you might have watched it in a separate video, but let's hope that I do. It's kind of like Bill and Ted coming back from the future. But if I do indeed edit the video together, then most of this is just rambling nonsense that was designed just really to fill in a bit of dead air. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. There's a streetcar, but not the way we're going. So that's a good sign, because if the station's just over the hill, you can see there's a little bridge there. And the other side of that bridge, not too far up the road, is the subway station, Main Street station, and that is where the streetcars and the buses change their directions. That means there should be one not too far away. There's another school up ahead, a few buildings in there, small. I'd actually like to live up in one of those condo buildings, apartments over there. Little convenience store behind us. You might be able to see me there in my reflections. This is a bit of a weird kind of road crossing things. This is Gerrard Street East. We could go and take this all the way back downtown if we wanted to walk, but that would take probably an hour or so, and I'm not prepared to walk that long. So hopefully we'll be able to cross the road, and hopefully in a few minutes we should be seeing the streetcar. So what I might do is, once we do get to the streetcar stop, put you on pause and press play once we are back on the streetcar. All right, we've got the green man. Here we go. Just walking across the street. So as I said, this is Gerrard Street East, and we are very, very, very far off the city. Possibly I could almost put a map in if I wanted to. I'm not sure if I will do that, but never say never. So yeah, we are pretty much the opposite side of the city to where I live, and that's where hopefully this bus, the streetcar, when it does arrive, will take us to. So let me put you on pause now, and that's let me just show you actually before we put you on pause. That's what we're trying to get, the 506, and it should just right on cue, coming over the hill. Look at that, perfect timing. Sometimes when the force is with you, the force is with you. So we're going to get on at the very back, because usually less people get on the back. There's a TED Reeves Community Arena. Not sure who he is exactly. So hopefully once we get on this, let me put you on pause, and we'll start the camera again once we're on our journey. Alright, so we are on the streetcar. What I'm going to do is just kind of try and set this up next to the window. And you can see as we go along. I might not do much commentary, but luckily enough... Whoa! He thinks he's a Formula 1 rider. That's actually, I could probably put it on my lap. I don't know if this is going to be shaky or not, or smooth. But you can see the... I'm not sure what side's best. North or south. Let's go for the south side. Alrighty. So this is... sorry, I just stood on some tin. Look at this mess down here.
Please look right for traffic.
If someone had a little bit of a picnic, it would seem. So I don't know if you can see, this is the streetcar. So we do see some interesting things that I might point out as we go. If people do start getting on, I might go quiet and just leave the camera recording. But because it's pointing out the window and other people, maybe people won't make such a big deal about it. But you know, you never know. There's always a Karen who might get upset about something. But as you can see, just out the window, you're seeing a little bit of different scenery. You get a little glimpse of what Toronto under pandemic conditions looks like.
Next stop, Gulfview Avenue.
Gulf View.
Next stop, Woodbine Avenue. Next stop, Kingsmount Park Road. Next stop, Bowmore Road. Next stop, Beaton Avenue. Next stop, Cogswell Avenue.
So as you can see, some of these, we are in a very residential area right now, but you will see it does get a lot more interesting as we go along. You probably can't make out, but you can see Lake Ontario in the south through the gaps occasionally. Look at that old wooden core building. And there are some interesting pieces of architecture and things we will be seeing throughout this little trip. But at the moment it is very, very, very residential, and partly why I wanted to do this is you will see some very, very different changes of scenery from start to finish. We will be heading through Toronto's other Chinatown, which is the east of the city. We will be going through the heart of downtown. We will also be passing by the protest site at Queen's Park, which you may be getting very familiar with if you've been following some of my feeds and streams from the lockdown protest. And we're going around the corner now. You can see a streetcar going in the opposite direction.
Next stop, Gerrard Street East.
So my apologies if that was a little bit jerky going around the corners. Some of these streetcar riders do think they're Ayrton Senna rather, from time to time. Look what we're going to come past now, guys. Good old Dollarama. And funny enough, no frills. So sometimes no frills. That's a fancy no frills actually, yo. And look, there's a Dollar Tree. So I was going to say that sometimes when you're in sort of maybe not sketchy neighborhoods but low income neighborhoods, Dollarama and no frills are usually on top of each other, and this has the added bonus of having a Dollar Tree. We don't have many Dollar Trees in and around Canada. Look, you can see it's got the maple leaf on it to differentiate it from the American Dollar Tree. But unlike Dollarama, things do only cost $1 in there, or maybe $1.25. You get balloons, birthday cards, and a home hardware. So we have got another corner to navigate.
Next stop, Ashdale Avenue.
Swag Sisters Toy Store, Pizzeria Via Mercanti, the Merchants Pizza, You Are Here Coffee. So I think we are now, are we? Sorry, I'm trying to get my location. I'm not sure this area. As I said, I don't really come down to the east side, but look, you've got some Bombay fashion, Thai food. You can see sort of some people are wearing masks, some people don't wear masks. There's a few lads out playing some kind of sports in the park we just passed. No social distancing, they didn't care. So this is kind of like an Indian, like East Indian kind of area. Indian pan, you can see. Regency restaurant, like the kind of saris, some beautiful dresses and stuff there. So that's a little bit of this kind of flavour of the of Toronto. Dubai Jewelers, the hookah fruit. Well, that looks as though it's closed down.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
So that was the music outside.
Next stop, Greenwood Avenue.
Oh, look at that little tuk-tuk. That was pretty cool. Auto shop. No agent provocateurs smashing windows there and starting fires. So I just stopped at a red light. It's an interesting looking building there. Something's for rent. Not sure what. Maybe a room perhaps.
Next stop, First Avenue.
Little eatery place, cafe, shut up, sorry we're closed, sign up, possibly can't afford to be open right now.
Next stop, Leslie Street.
I used to live on Leslie Street, although very, very, very north of here, a few years back, in a Shepherd in the Leslie area of Toronto, which is the northeast. I'm in the southwest right now, but that was the northeast part of Toronto. Quite a commute to get to downtown.
Next stop, Jones Avenue.
See some construction going on. Probably more condos. Not sure if you can see out there. Interesting little building. Riverdale CI.
Next stop, Marjorie Avenue.
Smokers Mart. There used to be a movie theatre or a nightclub or something once upon a time. You know, and it's not late Sunday evening. Some of these businesses would be quite thriving on a Sunday night in summer. You probably see a lot more people out than you do right now. I'm pretty sure the tattoo parlour there, I don't know if you can see that, just out of the corner. If or not, that's doing a good trade, probably not. Tattoos are probably the last thing people are getting right now.
Next stop, Pape Avenue.
Jehovah's Witness Church. This is a little bit of an interesting Gerrard Square, Food Basics, there's a Dollarama, Walmart, little shopping mall here. Gerrard Square, there's a good old Mickey
Next
D's.
stop, Carlo Avenue.
So a little while, yeah, here we are, we're starting to get into eastern Chinatowns. We have a west Chinatown and an east Chinatown. So you might start seeing, I don't know if you can see up there, some chimneys. A few kind of, certainly when we get under this bridge, you'll start seeing a little bit of maybe sort of Chinese restaurants, grocery stores, supermarkets, even some kind of architecture, statues and stuff. And we are getting closer to downtown now, and there's some street art there, look guys. On the subway.
Next stop, Logan Avenue.
Seeing that park empty. See some Chinese running along the wall.
Next stop, Degrassi Street.
There you go. Simon's Walk, vegetarian. There's some nice street art. East Chinatown, see there you go, this is where we are in East Chinatown.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Here to heal. Some nice buildings. That's the St. Anne Church, Roman Catholic.
Next stop, Broadview Avenue.
Eastdale Collect, whatever that word said. Giant little Thai place down the back street. Aquarium shops. There you go, look. Some more street art over there. Now, around the corner from here is Kakalakis, famous Toronto Chinese restaurant takeout place where you get the best barbecue pork apparently in town. Maybe from down this neck of the woods I will go to Kakalakis. It's just around the corner. See, there's a big Galaxy Fresh Foods. You get all sorts of interesting things in there. They got like live fish and stuff down the back.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
It's often an adventure to go in these little kind of Asian grocery stores and supermarkets. And they actually usually always wear masks, whether there's COVID pandemics or not. And there's some more street art there. I think that's the Jesus from Rio de Janeiro statue. A frame market. A little back alley down there. A bit more street art at the end of the street. Vietnamese. And there is always some franchises around. There's an A&W burger joint just on the corner. So as we can see, there's the little look out there at the Galaxy Hardware. There, laden down with bags. And just down there, if you go around the corner, down there a little way, Kakalakis.
Next stop, St. Matthew's Road.
There's Apollo.
Bridgeport Health.
Boba Boy, they're still open for green tea. Some nice street art there. More street art, there we go. Yes. That's what I'm telling you guys, some interesting buildings.
Next stop, River Street.
Okay, I don't know if you can see kind of just out here. This is kind of just getting into a little bit of downtown. So probably, here we go, there's a bridge, train lines.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Alrighty, so we're not even halfway yet. I'm getting close to it. That was interesting going through East Chinatown and kind of Little India, I guess. Here you can see some of the Lower East Side fancy, expensive condos. And these are some interesting buildings. Not sure what these are. These used to be barracks or something, I think, once upon a time, or projects. See, a bit of a mess from the garbage there. That little ghetto white trash, perhaps. Front yard gazebo set up.
Next stop, Sackville Street.
And now this is, we're going to come into a little bit of a rough area of Toronto, Jarvis Street. Not quite yet, but it is coming up, Jarvis and Sherbourne, a little bit of a, probably find a lot of crack pipes and needles in and around the sort of bushes and dumpsters in this neighbourhood. Oh, they got matching jackets and almost matching beards. And matching jeans. Maybe they're clones. Who knows?
Next stop, Parliament Street.
There you go. There's a good view of downtown ahead of you there, right?
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Lucky so far no one's come to disturb me at the back here. What do we got this side? Here we go. This would be a bit of a funny. There's a place here called don't know if you can see that. Jerk Paradise. Jerk Paradise.
Next stop, Carlton Street. Next stop, Ontario Street.
So now we're in Cabbage Town. Cabbage Town. I actually used to work in this area once upon a time, although not on this street. But Cabbage Town has been here for quite a while. I think it's a little bit. It's important in part of Toronto's history, although I'm not that good on Toronto's history. But
Sherburne Street.
Cabbage Town has some stories, and it's a bit of a crack neighbourhood. Toronto is a little bit of a crack town, so a nice picture of some street art of a train there. Quite little kind of picturesque. That used to be a medical weed shop, an illegal one. There's another little
Please
church
look
there.
right for traffic when exiting.
Another church here, look. And as you can see, there are some grey skies today. But hopefully some of you will be enjoying this walkabout streetcar ride video. And this is something a little bit new. I may not go out of my way to do lots of streetcar rides. There is downtown. We did just see a little peek of the tower. Downtown is just behind those trees. You get a little glimpse in between there. And there's like a glass house gardens or something there. You go in there. It's like always warm year round, I guess. Little park area. So really pretty much in downtown now. And, there's some pretty fancy.
Please look right for traffic when
A fancy
exiting.
church and some nice street art. So people might start getting on a little bit more frequently now. So if I don't give you any commentary, you'll know why.
Next stop, Church Street.
Now Church Street is a little bit, that's the gay village here. Like a couple of streets either side will also kind of fall into that proximity, but Church Street is the gay village in Toronto. It's an interesting place to go and do a walkabout. Some fun shops and quirky little restaurants and things down there.
Next stop, Yonge Street, College Subway Station.
Alright, so we're about to officially transfer from the east side. We're still in the east right now, but we will be on the west side of the city once we passed Yonge Street. So we are in the heart of downtown now. Expectation, breakfast joint, very expensive, very pretentious, not worth your trouble. But they're closed right now. Kensington 45 condominiums. You can only imagine how much they cost to live in.
right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Bay Street.
So this is very close to where we go every Saturday to the gatherings or protests, however you want to put them or call them. And that's going to be on this side. That was last night. I don't know if you called it. That's the Metropolitan Police headquarters here in Toronto. The fences are still up. There's some unsavory scenes last night as part of the BLM protest. I did stream live, but did remove that video after the fact. I don't know why. Just didn't feel right for some reason. But we are getting very close to the Queen's Park. And as I say, guys, we are in the heart of downtown.
Next stop, Elizabeth Street, Women's College Hospital.
We just cross to the other side.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
So the reason I switched sides is coming up in a second.
Next
It's going to be Queen's Park.
University Avenue, Queen's Park subway station.
And you can see from afar where we go every Saturday, or where we go for the last few Saturdays. There's still some graffiti yesterday from the BLM protest. There you go, look. And all this is fresh graffiti. There is, just poking behind that scaffolding, the Queen's Park building. I don't know if you can make out the statue. That should be familiar to some of you if you've watched the lockdown protest. There is the Mars Centre. But that's what I wanted to show you. Here we go past Queen's Park. There's a subway station there. And that is where we congregate. Quieter today. We come this side. There she is, the tower. So we've actually done a little bit of walkabout in this neighbourhood, I think. This is the University of Toronto, part of the University of Toronto there. And we're going to come through, although not very much, of just the north tip of downtown Chinatown.
Next stop.
So there's another nice little view for you. A lot of these bars are designed for the in these little cafes and restaurants. These are all kind of purposeful, the purpose for the college, which is here, university rather, the school. There's a lot of dorms, like students live in here. Steak and cheese, but they're all closed up because no one's at school right now. There you go. There's the tower again.
Next stop, Spadina Avenue.
So we are Spadina. I'm pretty sure you have heard that. We were actually here yesterday, walking down the streets behind here. Library. Spent a lot of time in this library actually.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Meters and the 7-Eleven this side.
Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Major Street.
There you go, there's a nice little sign. Goodness, it's a little bit like all-terrain, off-roading then. That's okay. We are now back in the west side of the city. The CN Tower is behind us, not in front of us, so we are getting closer to our final destination. And again, some of these little condos and buildings up here, students will live because it's kind of very close to campus. And that is Kensington Market, just down this
Please look right
behind
for
here.
traffic when exiting.
But yeah, this is Kensington Market that we're just going to come past right now.
Next stop, Borden Street.
I don't know if you can see that, the Google building. So that's Kensington Market down there. Fire station.
Next stop, Bathurst Street.
Alrighty, we seem to have a little bit more privacy now. Everyone seems to be getting off as we are coming to the other side. You know, we're kind of coming out of downtown now a little bit. And you may notice the annoyance of the stop starting with the signs. We had to stop to let somebody off, and then the fucking light turned red, so we've got to wait another few minutes, and there's a good chance somebody might want to get on the streetcar in between that time, and we might end up waiting for a second rotation of lights. Some of this shit does happen quite a lot, although luckily we're kind of not busy right now. And there's been occasions when sometimes 3 rotations of lights go round and you don't even move anywhere. So this is a bit of another landmark, Sneaky D's. That's a very popular spot in Toronto for younger people to go and have a little bit of fun.
Next stop, Euclid Avenue.
Alright, so the tower will be out of sight mostly for now. Shoppers Drug Mart, a little bit like CVS, Walgreens, snakes and lattes. There's a big, huge board game cafe. Yeah, the liquor store there, the LCBO. That's where we've just come from. Come to think of it, it'd probably been better just to stuck the camera up like this. Maybe next time, but anyway, maybe, oh no you can't anymore. I'm going to say perhaps we could have got the driver to stick the camera in the front of the cab. We can't talk to them anymore. They're in a little glass booth. Actually, they've been in a glass booth for a while. But this is also, we're going to come through Little Italy now, kind of pretty much on the border of Little Italy. Yeah, we're in Little Italy now. Although it does seem to be taken over like more Thai and Asian style type places. But this was kind of an area before where Cafe Diplomatico, that's a spot, very famous spot. But yeah, MVP, you get your Italian movies and TV shows there, magazines, newspapers. But it's looking a little bit more Asian these days. And a little delicatessen there.
Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Crawford Street. Please look right for traffic when exiting.
There's a Metro grocery store over there. As you can see, the Subway's changing into Blaze Cannabis. Coming soon. The wine rack is open. Actually, let me try and swap you over to this side because the Mod Club is coming up on the right in a second. Which is another sort of famous Toronto spot. Yeah, here it is.
Next stop, Kensington Avenue.
The Mod Club. Sleep Country, Canada. So you go, there's the Metro and the Shoppers. If you stay on this side of the road for a little bit, why not? You get free English classes now. That's the Costi. It's an immigration place. Let's go back this side. I think there's more scenery. So we're getting a little bit more residential now. As you said, we started in residential, went through the heart of downtown, Eastern Chinatown, Little Italy. This is kind of like Little Portugal a little bit, I guess we're kind of touching on now.
Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Riverport Road. Next stop, Havelock Street. Please look right for traffic when exiting. Next stop, Dufferin Street.
So yeah, getting a little bit closer to home. Dufferin is actually almost walking distance for me, to be honest with you. And it's also another one of those kind of sort of famous-y Toronto streets. If you live in Toronto, I say famous, like it's a known somewhere like Dirty Dufferin Mall. It's something that a lot of people know about. It's a little bit kind of sketchy, perhaps, down in Dufferin Mall. Take your life into your own hands sort of thing. A visit in there, no, not really, it's not that bad, but oh look, there's a nice little storage unit there. Wow. Let's go and grab ourselves some trasher. It actually looks identical to my one. Almost identical, exactly, but we'd have to get off the streetcar, grab that and then carry it all the way home. And I'm not sure if or not I could even got room for it if I did, but I do see a lot of trash put around, so let's keep the camera here so you can hear what I'm saying. So I think there's only 2 other people on the streetcar right now. It's almost like a limo. Talk about social distancing. We got almost a streetcar to ourselves. Very unusual. You know, it is a Sunday, but 3 people on a streetcar. That is bizarre.
Next stop, Brock.
Oh, there's some nice street art there we missed. Stardust Convenience, that's a little bit, quite a few of those in and around Toronto. So this is kind of Little Portugal now. You might see some Portuguese flags. Another Dollarama.
Please look right for traffic when exiting.
not many more stops, and we will be at our destination. Just looking, my goodness, it's almost an hour long, so quite a long ride. But as I said, we've gone from one side of the city to the other. Not sure how many miles we've travelled here.
Next stop, Lansdowne Avenue. Please look right for traffic when exiting.
Very nearly home now. Only a couple more stops, and there's no frills there.
Next stop.
Maybe we'll take the 505 streetcar one day, because that's another one that kind of almost runs parallel to this. So we're going to get some nice views in a second. Put you there. Let's see. Downtown behind, look at that sky, guys. Not sure if you can make out the skyscrapers of Etobicoke. That's somewhere you've seen before. So behind us there is the Toronto skyline. Sorry, it's very bumpy here. That'd be a good location for our little compound if you ever got one. Probably not. But anyway, yeah, very, very dramatic looking sky. I think we've got about 2 more stops.
Next stop, Sovereign Avenue.
Yeah, so nearly home. There's some buildings here. There it is, I don't know if you can see, there's a little flag over there, says we are all in this together. Got a raccoon on it. And there is, some more skyline scenery. These are expensive buildings to live in. Old place there, look.
Next stop, Morrow Avenue.
Lumberyard. Mattress there if you want. On the side of the street. I think we've got one more stop. Cafe Phono, Vietnamese. Yeah, we are at our destination pretty much. Good God, see that?
Next stop, Roncenvales Avenue.
So there we've gone, nearly end of the line to the end of the line. And there's only a couple of stops before you get to Dundas West Station. There's only a couple of stops we missed from Main Street, but that was pretty much the entire. Let's have a little look out the window this side. 506 streetcar TTC route. So let's get off, we'll do some walking and wrap this up. You've got to make sure nothing's coming. I don't know if that was fun or not. It was an enjoyable little journey. As I said, I don't normally get myself down often to the east side of the city, but this is familiar territory to you, or should be, guys. You have seen it before. This is my neighborhood back in Roncy, the west side, back from the east. West is the best, as Jim Morrison says. Let's cross the road. We do got a green man, and let's keep walking down towards my street. See how many people are out. It's a little bit chilly tonight, I'm not gonna lie, compared to the summer-like conditions we had just a few days ago, it seems, when it was like up in the 30 degrees, very hot and warm. Getting some suntan in, some vitamin D, good for the system. So it's almost like spring again. So a couple of businesses down here have been like open. You can see there the local. Sadly, the little movie theatre's closed up. That's been all boarded up. There's a couple of nail bars not once ago. Another building looks like it's come out, gone out of business. Maggie's. I actually used to have a little friend that I'd see on Subway that worked in here. Got some interesting things. There's David Bowie, Keith Richards, talking to Jim Morrison. It's an interesting cushion. You know, you got like funny like Justin Trudeau socks. You could wipe your ass with those if you wanted to. There's a TTC bag, look, with a streetcar on. I've always thought about getting that Heisenberg apron because I am a cook. Some quirky little lighters there. So yeah, that's a pretty cool place to go. As I said, the local, they've been setting up, selling hot dogs outside. But again, this neighborhood, Roncy, the Tibet Grill, that little girl sits there each and every day at a window hoping people will buy things. And you know, big businesses are improvising. It kind of almost breaks my heart. Sometimes seeing things like that, you know, let's open the windows, they're selling like chips and sodas, just trying to make a few bucks. And it's very sad that these businesses, a little bookshop here, Beatrix Potter books, I grew up with those a little bit. Some old albums there, look. Paul Revere and the Raiders, look at those dapper suits. So yeah, this is a cool little shop, She Said Boom. Don't know if they've been open or not during this pandemic. And look, they've got some free books. The Iron Virgin, Santa's Workshop. What have they got? Anything? What's that one there? You know what, let's take that, it's free. Puffed, a movie. Alright, so we've got a free book. There's something, look, Aspen Laundromat. The Pizziola. So as I said, guys, you've kind of seen this before. I'm going to probably stop it, sign off now, stop the video. I do got a book to take home, so let's do that. Signing off this little streetcar ride / walkabout special 2-part all-in-one video. Here we are, the Pizziola. Audi's turning around in the road, flipping a bitch. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. This is a shit video production for TSP TV. See you in the next one. Till then, keep it thrifty and be excellent to each other.